Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah.
Every day I'm 3, 2, 1.
And welcome everybody to another live edition of First and Goal with me, your founder and producer, Jay in the UP, and your host with the most in Georgia, Dave.
What's going on, everybody?
And how are you doing tonight, Dave?
I am doing good. I was watching a little bit of the NBA draft before I hopped on here and decided to do this awesome show with my awesome producer, Jay.
Oh, righty then. I don't know what to say to that, quite honestly. I don't watch the NBA. And I was at my son's game. I've been painting today. It smells like concrete sealant paint down here. So if at any point you hear loud thuds or I start to slur my speech, it's only because I'm high off the paint fumes in the basement. Anyway,
bet you won't admit you're high.
Here we go. Let's get right to it, Dave, with our
news updates.
Let's get right to the news updates. Well, we got a couple of things we can talk about right away, and the biggie that kind of poked my eye a little bit was the NFL is only keeping the new pass interference rules for the 2019-2020 season as basically like a tester season to see how it goes, and then they're going to decide to keep it if it goes well next season. I think they can't rely on one season for this, Jay, because of the fact that they're going to have some bumps and bruises on it. I mean, Packers literally had to have like 2 sacrificial lamb games with the Redskins game last year and the Vikings game with Clay Matthews on the new sacking the quarterback, and if you can tuck them into bed and get fouled, or if you can try and snuggle them to sleep and get fouled, and Clay Matthews got fouled for both of those. So, I mean, it's...
Dave,
I feel like
see this rule, Dave, as being the exact same thing as what happened with that stupid rule they made because of Aaron Rodgers' injury the year prior. This is going to happen. It's going to get called too much on stupid points in the game the first 4 to 6 weeks. And then after that, it'll be like a play just like New Orleans will happen again, and nothing will happen, and everybody will then decide that this is the new sack rule, and then after next year, they're just going to not do it. This was a dumb decision to do it. It was made in the heat of a moment on emotional decisions by coaches. This is why coaches aren't part of the competition committee for the most part. These guys convinced them. Now the owners and the competition committee are looking at this and starting to realize, dude, this is too hard to figure out. And they're trying to backpedal, but it's too late. This is going to be an absolute disaster, period, Dave.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I feel like it needs to be brought on more than just a 1 year that a tester, because, I mean, I know the Packers weren't near the playoffs last year, but if you take those 2 games where the Vikings, that was a game-ending interception. We would have won that one. The tie would have went away. And then it becomes 7-9, and then you go ahead and do the Washington game where Alex Smith got sacked twice and Clay got called twice for it. I actually think that game could have possibly been won, especially the momentum we had. I think that we could have had an 8-8 season last year because of those calls instead of we went 6-9-1.
I absolutely agree. Sorry,
but
I couldn't get my freaking mic to unplug.
Oh, no, you're
there.
okay.
But
no,
yeah,
you're
you're
okay.
absolutely
I thought you
right.
finally quit on me. You're like, go away.
No, well,
but
if I
actually,
quit, you're just on dead air then. That's what happens, because I'm like the puppet master here, the producer.
Listen, sir, I'll talk to myself. I'm great at it. Me and my 3 personalities. Anyways, moving on. NFL MVP odds came out yesterday, and leading is Mahomes, which, I mean, is a logical choice. He did pretty well last year, too. Carson Wentz was second on the odds. I was kind of shocked by that because he hasn't been healthy for a full season his whole career. I understand he's a talented QB, but I got to see it on the field for a full 16 games. I mean, Rodgers even did it with a broken leg, and Wentz just puts himself in harm's way. I need to see it first before he gets that high on MVP odds. Andrew Luck is finally getting the recognition he deserves. Julie Boy, your boy, is third in odds. Then you have Brady, of course, is going to be up there. When the next one of my favorites as a player, Phillip Rivers, I think he deserves the recognition he's getting now through his career beforehand. He never really got it.
NFL's most underrated, most disrespected player in the entire NFL is
God,
Rivers.
It's so sad how people talk about him. And I'm like, Rivers carried the Chargers for years.
And still is doing it. Dude is 38 years old and plays like he's 28. And you can pick on him for his delivery. The fact of the matter is, and I tweeted this out earlier, is he never gets those bounces. And guys, all the elite quarterbacks, all the championship teams, go back and review it. They get between 3 and 5 friendly bounces at critical points in their seasons go their way. Look at Phillip Rivers' career and name me one. I'll wait.
That's the worst luck.
And those are not about being prepared or how good you are. That's just the football gods, whatever you want to say as a fan. That's what that's about. Sorry, Dave.
What was it? 3 years ago, he played with a torn ACL. The guy's
that
a
was
warrior.
2007 AFC Championship game versus Brady.
That was 2007. That had only like 3 or 4 years ago. He played with another injury right through it. I can't remember what it was. I thought it was the ACL.
No, that was the year of the 2007 with Damian Tomlinson. The ACL was. Yeah,
either way,
he's
guy
a warrior
through
either way. It doesn't
injuries.
matter. You're right, Dave. He's a warrior either way.
And then next, Rodgers is underneath all those QBs. The only one I don't agree with is Wentz. Everybody else deserves to be up there. I'm happy Luck and Rivers is in there because they have done everything to bounce back in their careers and earn that recognition. And I'm happy that those are the odds. Third update I got is Packers related. The Michael Roberts tight end we had just picked up has been waived already because he failed his physical. That is the third failed physical this guy has had in the past week and a half. So something raises my eye, and I dug into a little bit. Seems like the guy, after his injury he had last year, put on a little bit of weight. And where teams want him, that's why he's failing his physical, is from what I've been reading. And especially with the core talent the Packers have at tight end, he was probably just going to be a camp body anyway. So, I mean, it's not really like it's that big of a loss. You still got Graham, which we don't know if he's going to do well in LaFleur's offense or if he's going to be the same Jimmy Graham from last year. Mercedes Lewis, Sternberger, Tanyan. We've got a really good core tight end. So it's not like we're losing anything with Roberts.
You got anything else for us, Dave, before we get to our very special guest today?
Well, actually, yeah. I found something a little bit earlier. And,
is this something I should be playing NWO music for, by the way?
Oh, no. That's actually just a cool little tidbit. So the PFF for Pro Football Focus came out and made a top receivers who had the best separation on their routes. And guess who was third and guess who was fourth?
Odell Beckham Jr., Julio Jones.
Oh, Packers podcast, and he wants to guess tune on Packers. You fool! No, Marco Valdes-Scantling was third. He had 70.3% of his routes.
No, you don't get to do that to me because I get to defend myself. You're trying to throw me under the damn bus here. No, I was saying that because I was going to say that obviously Devontae Adams would be number 1.
Actually, he's number 4.
Bullshit list. Moving on.
Anyway, the fact we have 2 receivers in the top 4 for separation, I'm going to love, because that's who we've been running in our two number one, number two spots on the outside. And if they're gaining separation, my God, I can't imagine what Rodgers is going to do with this offense and the chunk plays we're going to pick up. It just gets me giddy, Jay.
Okay, do we have anything else before now we get to our
Yes.
very special guest?
Aaron Rodgers grew his famous mustache back for his team photo. And
That thing
when
is
he did
damn
his famous,
ugly. I wish he'd quit growing it because
hey, how dare you? Tom Selleck is proud of that mustache.
ugly. Sorry,
Anyways, well,
goatee guy here.
last time he had a cool, oh God, never mind. We're not going to get into that conversation. But last time he had a cool facial mustache or like a Fu Manchu for his team photo. What year was it, Jay, the last time he had that?
Don't even do this to me now. Don't do this to us. Dave, I'm telling you, don't do this to us.
2010 was the season.
You just ruined our season for us. Every time people do this,
No, I
crap, try to
didn't.
correlate. Yeah, it's all your fault.
That was Tom Grossi. He was the one who gave us the bad luck ban on the NFC Championship.
No. You do not do that to the Grossi posse, man. Grossi posse, do not do that to
listen to buddy. I love you.
One of the funniest guys I have met in a long time. Loved the Grossi
Hilarious.
posse. Hilarious. Okay, we have to get to our guest because we're going to be late. We already are late. Yes, we got to get to our guest. So, folks, here you go. We are going to get to Mr. Ryan Molstad of Packers 365 on Twitter. We will be
365.
Right. Oops. Well, I can't do that now. Hold on. Now, this time, we will be right back.
Brain hustler, bump J. I can't stand to see my son cry, I'm keeping him fed. See him up before the sunrise and I sleep when I'm dead. My baby mama cousin coming in from out of town. He want a couple bricks and 100 grams of brown. What's wrong with this fool? You ain't my family clown. My baby mama riding with me, we laying his ass down. It's best to go back to where you came from. Tell your auntie if she love him, come and get your cousin, boy, I change her. I got a business mind, summer, fall, or winter time. I'm racing for the money and I think I see the finish line. I feed my goons, but a bitch won't get a cent of mine. Chickens on the table and tell my niggas it's dinner time. The way a nigga grind, I can't help but to win. You youngins wanna get money, better fuck with him. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. Getting money round here, man. We getting money round here, yeah. Getting money round here, man. We getting money round here, yeah. Getting money round here, man. We getting money round here, yeah. We be getting money round here, yeah.
Yeah, that's brain hustle, I'm east side crazy. Get it how I live how I get it. That's how the rich get rich, the poor say poor.
You say I can't make this paper, you gotta be nuts. And fuck with these haters saying I'm getting my dust. 24-inch Pirellis when I'm spinning through the cuts. In the cranberry Chevy with some Remy in my cup. When it come to making money,
we are back. We have Mr. Ryan Molstad, Packers 365 on Twitter. Hello, Ryan.
Guys, I'm super excited about this. I really, truly appreciate this opportunity. So, ready to talk some Packers.
Okay, well,
we're glad to have you on, man.
We're going to get right to it, and we're going to start right away because we're running a little behind because Dave and I were jacking around too much, having fun on our news updates.
I blacked out, I'm sorry.
It is brag time. Mr. Ryan Molstad, you introduce yourself and tell us all about yourself and, brag yourself up for a few minutes. Hit it.
I want to hear everything.
Oh boy, you give someone like me that opportunity, watch out. But I guess I'll try to keep it short since you want to hear more about the Packer type stuff. But I do come from Wisconsin, born and raised there. Grew up in Wausau, Wisconsin. Went to DC Everest High School, which back in the 80s and 90s, which is aging me now, but it was quite a football powerhouse back in the day. So state championships and Hall of